Welcome to Hot 97 News, a brand new live news show where we talk about the biggest stories happening around the country. I'm your host, Lana Harris, here with Rondell with 2 N's and Million.
Hey.
And this is our first live show.
Yeah.
Let's freaking go.
Understand me.
So this is not the official launch. This is just us dipping a toe into the live situation we're doing today. So you can expect more of these pretty much every single day, weekdays. And we're really excited about it. A lot more to come. But let's dive into the news because the news has been newsing these days.
Has it?
Yeah.
Has it?
Boy, you can't catch a break. Okay, so we've officially gotten to the chapter of U.S. history where Trump won't let go of taking Greenland from Denmark because Norway won't let him have the Nobel Peace Prize.
Sound like he bad, like a bad relationship. Like, give me my ex-girlfriend back. I ain't trying. I need my ex-girl. They fighting for a girl, man.
Well, it's not even his girlfriend. He never got the prize.
It was never his.
He never got the prize. It was never yours to begin with, DT.
Okay, so on just background, yes, the Nobel Peace Prize was given to like this Venezuelan leader who was not the president of Venezuela. She was just the opposition leader who the people of Venezuela wanted over Maduro, who was captured. So she ended up giving Trump the Nobel Peace Prize for reasons we actually talked about in a previous episode. And this is the letter. This was a private letter that Trump reportedly sent about this. And basically it starts off by saying, considering your country decided not to give me the Nobel Peace Prize for having stopped 8 wars plus, I no longer feel an obligation to think purely of peace.
Kanye, he's on his Kanye rant. You remember when Kanye did that to Taylor Swift when he went on stage?
Yes.
He was like, listen, I'm going to let her win, but Beyonce had the best album of the year. That's literally what Donald Trump is doing. Like, hey, wait a minute. I'm going to let her have it, but y'all know I stopped 8 wars, right?
Right, listen, because I think it was also partly because the body told him, the Nobel Peace Prize body told him, like, you can get it from her, but it's still hers.
Right.
It's not yours.
Right.
You know, even if she gives it to you, it's still like got her name on it and everything. So, yeah, man, that letter goes on to say, why does Denmark have a right of ownership of Greenland anyway? Just because a boat landed there hundreds of years ago? We had boats landing there too.
Hey,
Boy,
man,
he just says whatever he wants.
He does. He does. It's so interesting, though, because, like, at the end of the day, I told y'all in the previous episode, I was like, Trump, he's going to find a way. Like, there's always some hidden motive and some hidden agenda. If Denmark does comply with what he's saying and he still insists on pursuing Greenland, his true colors is going to show. And the true colors is the Nobel Peace Prize? Is that really what we came down to?
That is what I would question myself. And I would ask everybody to think about the fact that we have a president who's saying we're going to potentially do all types of things to take Greenland because he didn't get a Nobel Peace Prize and he's tied it to America. He says, long story short, he's going to be thinking only of what's good for the United States of America. And he's been saying that the world is not secure unless we have complete and total control of Greenland. So he's still saying this is for the United States, not for him. But he is very serious about that. In fact, he has said that he's going to put tariffs on everybody. He basically said all the countries that have been kind of backing Denmark in their just ownership of Greenland. In fact, this is a Truth Social post. Not expecting you to read this. I just wanted to show you how long this rant was.
Yeah, he went off. Yeah. He talked about the
like
EU, how they're all colluding with each other. He also talked about our future plans with the Golden Dome.
The Golden Dome, yep.
Yeah,
what is the Golden Dome?
The Golden Dome, so Israel has a dome of their own. It's a missile protection system.
It's like an Iron Dome, I think it's called.
It's an Iron Dome, but it's not an actual dome.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just a missile protection system. So America is in the works of building our own dome that's going to be nicer than Israel's because you know us. We're going to call it, you got iron, we got gold.
Yeah,
the Golden Dome,
we
right,
gotta have gold.
Okay.
But it's a missile protection system that protects our country from other countries like missiles or something like that.
Okay. That's dope. That's dope.
Well, because it just seems like most countries don't have missiles that can reach here anyways. I mean, they're getting to the point where that's possible. And I think maybe, Russia might have one. They've kind of floated. And, that's why people's partnerships in the South American region are so important. Because if you move, any asset down there that can reach the U.S., we got a problem. So, that's why people are saying what Trump wants to do makes sense. At the end of the day, Greenland is in a strategic location, they're saying, and it's so important that he is saying that he's willing to put tariffs on Denmark, Norway, Sweden, Finland, Germany, France, the UK, and Netherlands. And we're talking about a 10% tariff starting February 1st unless a deal is reached for the complete and total purchase of Greenland. And then those tariffs would jump from 10% to 25% on June 1st. So he's not kidding.
Yeah. Quick question. Y'all don't kill me for what I'm about to ask.
Okay.
Listen, we've been on the show for about 3 weeks now. I've heard tariffs so many times. I don't know what a tariff is. I'm not even gonna say
Really?
Oh, okay. So
I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Right.
I've heard tariffs so many times. What is it? Is it a tax?
So when we say tariff, it's a tax on the imports that we get. So,
Okay.
if we have a tax on Denmark or Switzerland or whatever, we're taxing them for sending things over to us. We're not actually taxing them, though. We're taxing the importers, which is the people that's buying the stuff.
For sure.
It's all going to fall back on us.
The
When
consumer.
he says, the consumer. So when he says that he's going to be taxing importers, he's really taxing us.
Right.
And the reason why it works so well and it's like hurting other countries is because we know now, like, okay, so if it's going to be more expensive to order from a foreign country, then I'm going to just do business with America. So that's why it's like that. So it's like my competition.
Okay.
It's competition.
Sounds like a drug deal.
Yeah.
That's how drug dealing works, man. Look, you get the drugs and then you break them down and then you sell them for more to the consumer.
Okay.
Is
Sort of. Okay, so basically what he's trying to say is that the whole goal was to convince people to buy American goods.
Okay.
Suddenly, if you want to buy from another country, it's about to get a lot more expensive because we're putting tariffs on
I got
it.
you.
You know what I mean?
I hear you.
So now nobody, in America really does the amount of manufacturing and, food, produce, and all this stuff that other countries do,
For sure.
on the same scale. So you got to buy this stuff anyways. That's why everybody's saying, like, if you put tariffs on all these countries, we're going to have to end up paying it because we still need the stuff.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
It's that Amazon tax. You see how your Amazon started going
For
up?
sure.
When you
Yes.
started
Yes.
buying
Yep.
stuff from China.
Yep.
Shein started going up
Yep.
more.
Yeah.
I can't even order from Shein.
All right.
So now I gotta focus on ordering from what's the other online
Timu?
No, it was Fashion Nova. Now I gotta focus on Fashion Nova in America because Temu and Shein got too expensive.
You should never have admitted that on air. Ever.
What, Shein? What, you don't do Shein?
No.
That's crazy.
I've gotten a couple things from Shein.
I'm telling you,
maybe
not
it's-
anymore. After
He's
these
bougie,
taxes.
I'm
Maybe
telling
it's just
you.
me.
He's a bougie one.
Maybe it's just me.
Yeah. So, of course, Greenland is responding. And a lot of these European countries at this point are trying to get it to de-escalate. They're trying to say, like, let's try to figure this out. Some of our European leadership over there across the pond are saying that Trump must not be allowed to divide us. The EU must respond united and hit back hard. Some people have suggested going hard after the tech oligarchs in Trump's inner circle. These are all quotes. And this is a Danish lawmaker speaking at this point. And yeah, overall, they're just trying to say, like, we should all be showing solidarity and resistance to these import taxes and figuring out how we can retaliate. So I don't know what's going to happen here, but it seems like if we've learned anything about this administration, they mean what they say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they don't
That's
play no games.
100%.
Yeah.
They don't play no games.
That's the thing that makes people like him so much. Hate me for saying it, but
Yeah.
it's the fact that he says he's gonna do something, and 9 times out of 10 he's gonna get that thing done.
Hey,
He
I'll
gonna
capture
get that
your
thing
president. And he really goes to
Yeah,
Venezuela and
yeah.
captures your president.
done. Oh God!
You know,
oh God!
so-
oh God! But I still,
USA. No, I'm joking.
but no, I still think though with this whole entire debacle, even though he's trying to get the Nobel Peace Prize, I still think America could benefit military wise. I still think we could get those trade routes. So even though it's a selfish reason, I see why we're still doing it, because he's not the only president, and this isn't the only time that America has tried to actually get Greenland. We tried to get it in 1867 and 1964. So it's a strategic advantage, y'all. It's not for no reason. I just want people to understand it's not for no reason.
That is very true. And he has been very clear about this being militarily responsible of us to do. And we got to protect, our assets from Russia and China and all this kind of stuff. So he has reasons. But I will, real quick before we move on from this, tell you what might get more expensive if these tariffs go into place. A lot of businesses like Walmart, Target, and Adidas have already said the prices might rise. Yeah, man. But Denmark, they do things like medical equipment, prescription drugs and pharmaceuticals, also high-end electronics and audio equipment. Germany, cars, auto parts. France, wine, champagne, cheese, spirits, luxury goods like fashion and cosmetics. UK also does spirits like Scotch, whiskey, and also pharmaceuticals. So these are all the kinds of things that could go up if these go into place.
Target. Y'all already high. Target, y'all already high. We don't need y'all to get higher.
Facts.
You go into Target and you run to buy one thing, you come out and you bought $200 worth of stuff.
Facts.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Oh man.
They know what they're doing.
They do.
The product placement in Target is something to be talked about.
Yeah. Very true.
Day.
Very true. They make you walk a route to where you pick up stuff like, oh, I need this. Oh, I need this.
$3 here?
By the time you get to what you really need, you done got a whole basket full of stuff you don't need.
You feel it. You feel it.
God dug it.
That's real. That's real.
Okay, switching topics here a bit to what's happening in Minnesota. Minnesota has been popping off.
Yeah, it has.
Crazy.
With their ICE activity out there. So we're just going to start off with this just to kind of give you an idea of what's going on. ICE agents reportedly ate at a Mexican restaurant in a small town kind of near Minneapolis and then detained the employees.
Bro, hey, bro, that's the wildest way to go undercover, bro. That is the wildest way. And here's the funny thing. How do you feel being one of those workers in the back, like cooking the food? You only got two options. You can either spit in their food, or you can either make the food so good that they don't detain you.
Please.
Like, hey, bro, you see this burrito? Like, bro, yeah, you can't detain me now, bro.
Eating there, I feel like, was diabolical.
Wild
You know what I mean?
work.
If you got to go get somebody who is, legal immigrant, you said you're going to do that, whatever. But to eat there first, have them serve you, that's crazy. And apparently, according to witnesses, some of the staff there was a little uneasy while they were sitting there. So,
As they should be.
for obvious reasons.
What?
I mean,
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
They weren't about to be like, hey, welcome on in. Yeah, y'all come on in. Sit right here.
Yeah. Okay. So what happened was, 4 ICE agents sat in a booth and ate at the El Tapatio. It's described as a family-owned Mexican restaurant. And during the meal, everybody was saying that people kind of looked a little uneasy. And they actually closed early after that. But then later on that evening, 3 of the employees were detained. And apparently those were the owners and a dishwasher. So they scooped up the owners of the restaurant. Now, ICE says that they were conducting surveillance of a target and then positively identified him in the restaurant and then later on conducted a vehicle stop and then detained them near a church and a middle school. But other people think you just kind of followed their car after they closed up shop, after you ate there.
Like I said, can I get my check, please, and your green card?
Literally.
let me see both of those, please.
Yeah.
That's dirty, bro. That's messed up work, man. If you're gonna do it, if you're gonna be an ICE agent, do it the right way. Don't do it down. That's easy. That's a cheat code. Anybody going to a Mexican restaurant and be like, all right, all y'all in here illegal. Let me just grab all. Come on now. That's messed up.
And that's how they've been sweeping up U.S. citizens, too, just for looking a little too illegal, whatever that means, just for looking like you're Hispanic. So, it really has been chaotic in Minnesota because of this. In fact, the Pentagon wants to send soldiers to Minnesota. The Pentagon ordered like 1,500 active duty soldiers who are actually in Alaska to prepare for possible deployment to Minnesota. So there still hasn't been a decision yet on whether or not they're actually going to be sent. But the fact that we're even talking about like soldiers going to the streets is crazy.
These protesters have been wilding though. I can't even lie. They might, honestly, I think they're doing a little bit more damage than when George Floyd actually happened.
Do you think?
I want to say.
I don't know, man.
What do you think?
We have to do the statistics on that, like really like look
Real
at
talk.
it. Yeah, because
it's something we would have to look at in the future. But I mean, like, they're getting real creative with how they're doing this. That's what I'm saying.
That's true. In fact, the hotels in Minneapolis decided they were going to shut down, at least for a little bit, because they've been doing like noise protests out there. In fact, we can kind of show you a little bit of what that looks like. Just full on, got a drum set.
Mayhem, bro. Absolute mayhem.
Now, these are only, obviously a few people out here, but they have been bigger. Like in the past couple of weeks, as long as it's been happening, we've seen really large protests where they were, popping off fireworks, all type of stuff, where ICE agents were said to be laying to rest. Like they not laying to rest, but like sleeping. Where
they all in there dead. Just every single one of them in there dead.
Where they were sleeping. So I think these hotels are like, we just need to shut down. Because like, imagine you book a hotel and you're just trying to go to Minneapolis, have a good time. And there's like a whole protest where people are trying to be loud.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how do you combat that?
Yeah, I've saw videos of people like coming out of their house saying, "Hey, shut up!" Like, shut up, because the protesters were so loud.
Y'all not getting nothing done with being loud though. You might get them to not rest, but I mean, they gonna drink some coffee and get around, and these people will back up again. Look, ICE agents, they're treating this thing like Pokemon, bro. They're trying to catch them all, and they are trying to catch them all. I swear to you, bro. And it's not funny, but it's real. It is real. These ICE agents are Ash Kutcher. Like, God, dog.
Ash Ketchum.
Ash Ketchum. That's what I was saying. Ash Kutcher. My bad.
I used to have a little Pokemon phase back in the day. So, I know Ash. No, yeah, but that's so true. And that's where I've kind of been saying for the past couple of weeks, is there not a better way to do this? Because clearly, like you said, they're going to catch them all. I mean, they're not leaving after all this. Like, what else? Maybe there's a better way. Because some protesters also decided they were going to go into a church and straight up hold the protest. So this was like nuts. We can show you a little bit of what that looks like. There were about 30 to 40 protesters that interrupted the service. Okay, you can take that down. Because I just want to say, hands up, don't shoot feels a little off target.
Well, first of all, that ain't y'all chant. That's ours. Hey, hate to break it to you. We coined that one. Y'all gotta find y'all own. That's all I'm saying. But
I heard that wasn't Black Lives Matter associated with this? I might need to look that up. In fact, can you look that up real quick? See if that was Black Lives Matter that was kind of behind this protest, because police were called, obviously, and they were already gone by the time police got there. So I'm not really convinced that was something that they did for a long time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, by the time police got there, they were like walking down an alleyway, so they were gone.
There is some correlation between actually a Minnesota BLM reports say Minnesota BLM leader brags about helping to organize church protests.
All right, you guys are okay then.
No,
well, as long as there's somebody behind it, that's us. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm just like, in general, that's like not really applicable here.
Right.
Like, hands up, don't shoot.
Very true.
She had her hands on the
What are we
wheel.
talking about? This is not the situation right now. We need a new chant. It's not really their fault.
I'm sorry, that's not
BLM's
funny, but
fault.
you are right. Does not fit in this scenario
Not
at all. Oh,
right.
man.
She had her hands on the wheel. I keep saying it. Like, this is not the same thing, y'all. Y'all need to stop and chill out. But I understand why they're doing it. I actually don't understand why they went into the church.
Oh, yes, because they believe that the pastor was affiliated with ICE, that he was an ICE field officer. And that's why they went in there. In fact, Don Lemon was there, which, I thought was very random. Because he used to be a CNN anchor, and now, he kind of does his own thing. But I'm like, Don Lemon, what are you doing? What are you doing there?
You're doing side quests at this point. Jesus.
He actually had an interview with somebody from the church, and here's how that went.
What do you think of this?
I mean, this is unacceptable. It's shameful. It's shameful to interrupt a public gathering of Christians in worship.
I want to be very respectful. Please don't push me, though.
We're here to worship Jesus.
Yes.
That's why we're here.
Yeah.
Okay, that's why we're here. Okay. That's what we're about.
Don't you think Jesus would be understanding
we're about
and love these folks?
We're about spreading the love of Jesus.
But did you try to talk to them as a Christian?
No one is willing to talk.
Okay.
I have to take care of my church and my family, so I asked that you actually would also leave this building.
You don't want us to chronicle what happened?
Unless you're here to worship.
I'm always worship. I'm a Christian.
We're here to worship.
I like Don Lennon so much because that black he almost had to switch. He said, "Don't put your hands on me." Wait a minute, I forgot. I'm streaming right now. Excuse me, sir. Hey, ever since he left CNN, Don Lennon's just like, "Hey, bro, I'm gonna show y'all I'm real out here. Don't get it twisted, bro."
That's so funny. Yeah, no, but apparently that was not the guy that they were actually there to protest. In fact, according to the reports, the guy that they were there to protest wasn't even there at the time. So that, was just a show of, support for the immigrant community. And that's kind of what Don Lemon was saying. They're like, do you think that Jesus, would be on board with this kind of activity that ICE is doing? And his point was, hey, we're at church. We're at church right now trying to talk about Jesus. So you're being a little intrusive here. So, I mean, Trump says that they all need to go to jail. In fact, he just posted about this.
God, dog.
He did. Look, 1:37 in the morning, he said he just saw the footage of the church raid in Minnesota by the agitators and insurrectionists. He claims that these people are professionals because nobody acts the way they act. He feels like they're highly trained to scream and rant and rave like lunatics. And they should go to jail or be thrown out of the country.
Dang.
And that the first to go should be the governor, Tim Walz. Yeah, he just says whatever he wants. You know what I mean?
My man don't care, bro. My man don't care.
He doing that.
What he doing up at 1:30 in the morning?
Right.
That's my
Talk
real
about
thing.
this.
Yeah.
But looking at the chaos of it all, some of it I've been saying feels like a little manufactured. Sure, there may be an element of people who are paid to protest. I don't know. Who could know? We know that is a thing that people can do. I don't know if that's happening or not, but I do know that there was like a far right activist who went out there and he kind of got what he was looking for. He probably got more than what he was looking for.
For sure. White supremacist Jake Lang got mobbed by ICE protesters. Jake Lang was pardoned for charges related to January 6th instances back in the day. And like I said, he put out a post. Here's a post of him saying what he was given a call to action. About what exactly.
Burning Qurans, standing up against the Somali invasion of Minneapolis, the immediate deportation of Ilhan Omar, and the arrest of the scammer Tim Walz.
So burning Qurans, that's what he got people. He got hundreds of people on board in his chat saying, yo, we ready to go. We about to make this protest happen. We ready. This is how it turned out.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. So as you can see, that is hundreds of counter protesters that arrived and pulled up on him. They were throwing water balloons at him and snowballs at him. They were pulling him around. But if you look closely, there's a black guy like in the midst of it.
Yeah.
And he's like trying to like protect him almost.
Can we replay it? That's beautiful.
Yeah, look at it one more time.
that's-
Is it?
And
Let's see
the
it one more
black guy was
time.
protecting him after all that?
Wanda.
That heals the races.
Oh my God.
That's great.
Yeah, I don't know. There's another video of him, of the black guy. It's a little bit more clear, like actually telling the protesters to stop.
Let me go. Just go. Just go. Let him go, y'all. Let him go.
See,
Yeah.
what he really wanted to do is hurt that man. That black dude wanted to really hurt that man, and he would say that's how he really felt. Probably, I guarantee he probably like really felt like he wanted to hurt him, and he let him go. But this is the definition of FAFO.
Literally.
FAFO.
Hey.
How you figure out you go? That's like walking in the fire and expecting not to get burned. What are you thinking, dog?
You know what? And this might be a controversial take, but there were people who blamed Renee Good for her fate, getting shot by that ICE officer, because she went into a crowd of ICE officers and did something that was erratic. You did something where it made it seem like you might be about to hit him, and he fired. That's why the Trump administration said, hey, this was legal in our eyes. That's debatable depending on who you ask, but that's why they said that this was legal in our eyes. I say the same thing to him. What did you expect was going to happen when you said you were going to go burn Qurans in a crowd full of people who have been protesting ICE? What did you think was going to happen?
Yeah, I don't think that. Here's the thing, white people. I just want to talk to you for a second. This ain't the 50s or the 60s anymore, okay? Like, y'all can't just go around yelling this slurs and doing all this and not expecting folks to really get active right now. You can't be saved by your whiteness anymore. So that's what it is. You will get beat up out here, bro. These folks do not play. They will beat you up. This is not the 60s or the 50s. We will fight you now.
Which is why I thought it was so beautiful that the black guy protected him.
No, I want to let the black guy know, look, to Rondale's point, this is not the 60s. He is not Massa, okay? You are not protecting Massa, all right? I don't like it. I don't appreciate it. This man went on an interview with Alex Jones recently, talking about the whole entire situation. Alex Jones, he was like, "Hey, man, don't you feel happy that the black man protected you in this crowd?"
He said
this
that?
guy brought up the situation of the black man that stabbed the white woman on the train.
Oh, in Charlotte.
Yeah, he basically like I don't know how he connected the two, but that's how he thinks of black people. In a
Oh,
sense.
I see.
Like no matter what, he's still gonna see us in a negative light.
I see what you're saying.
So you protected him for what? Like,
So you're saying that this guy went on to Alex Jones's show. He is a right-wing commentator / news host, whatever you want to call him. And he, instead of acknowledging the black guy who saved him, he brought up the situation in Charlotte where a black guy was seen on camera basically unsolicitedly like attacking a white woman, and that became a whole thing. So that's, that's interesting.
Very, right?
That's interesting.
Very. Very.
Okay, well, before we go to break, I do just want to let you guys know that today was the day that Trump said that he wanted these banks to lower your credit card interest rates. He said that we are not going to let the American public be ripped off by credit card companies that are charging these crazy interest rates, 20 to 30%, and even more, potentially. So effective January 20th, today, he says that he's calling for a 1-year cap on credit card interest rates of 10%. And that would be crazy good for people if this were going to happen. I think a lot of people were confused on how they were going to enforce this. In fact, like as of, I think I checked yesterday, and there were still banks and politicians and just all sorts of groups, consumer groups that were wondering if he was like really serious about this. Caroline Leavitt, the spokesperson in the White House, was saying that, he just has an expectation that these credit card companies are going to accede to his demand. Didn't have a specific consequence, but it's just an expectation and a demand that the president has made.
Hey, American Express, you heard her, right? American Express, you heard her, right? You heard what they doing? Look, I never understood interest, bro. How you gonna make me pay you back more money than I borrowed? I never understood. Like, why am I paying you back more? That don't even make no sense. Why you interest on my stuff? Just I borrow $5, I'm gonna give you $5 back. Why am I giving you more than I borrowed? I never understood that.
They're basically saying like we need to charge a high interest rate to make sure that you pay it back. So I can give you more money as someone who's a little risky because I'm going to charge 30% on. So that's kind of the con of this. They're saying if you put it at 10, we're going to stop giving everybody money potentially because we can't trust that they're going to pay it back. So nobody really knows what's going to happen with this.
No, I hear you, but I would not want to pay back more money though.
Facts.
That makes me not want to pay you back. If you're like, hey, I'll give you 5, you owe me back 15.
Yeah.
Oh, then I'm not going to give you the money back. That's how I feel.
I looked this up. Basically, the difference between some of the percentages here. If I can find it real quick.
The percentages of what?
The percentages of how it actually shakes out in real time.
Oh, like
if you
what
had
the current rate is.
Yes. So if you had, okay, here it is. If you owed like $5,000 on a credit card and your interest rate is 28%, you only made the minimum payment each month, you could pay $1,300 to $1,400 just in interest. So that's how much I owe more than that $5,000. If it was capped at 10%, interest would be closer to $500.
I'll take that.
So this would be a real savings for people, but we don't really know if that's actually going to happen or not. So we'll see.
We will see.
So you guys simmer on that, and we will be right back with a lot more after this break. Welcome back, everybody. So Vendome nightclub in Miami is sorry that some right-wing influencers were seen in there dancing to Ye's band Heil Hitler track, and they're trying to figure out how it happened.
Yeah. The Red Pill Avengers are now banned from a lot of different nightclubs in Miami right now. So a group of influencers were recorded inside a Vendome nightclub in Miami Beach. The group of influencers consisted of Andrew Tate, Tristan Tate, his brother, Nick Fuentes. Y'all know Nick. Y'all know
I
Nick.
do, yeah.
Clavicular, Sneeko, Myron Gaines, and Justin. That's the Fresh and Fit guys. Now, the reason why they're catching so much heat right now is because they were listening to Kanye's band song, Hail Hitler.
Right.
In the club. There's a little video of them actually in the club, like just singing the songs, you know, vibing out. Lana, why are you dancing? Don't be dancing.
I'm just trying to set the scene. I don't support this at all. I'm just like, they're in there like just
They was
to the
vibing.
craziest song. Well,
Weird
okay,
activity.
continue.
Yeah.
before we get into it, continue.
Yeah, so they were vibing to this song, and a lot of people had things to say. The Miami Beach mayor, Stephen Miner, publicly condemned the incident and called the full investigation and accountability. And the club actually came out and said, we want to be unequivocally clear. Vendome and our hospitality group do not condone anti-Semitism, hate speech, or prejudice of any kind. So my question is, why did the song play?
Right. Were they the DJ
Yeah.
that night?
Right.
Who put the song on?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. So these Red Pill guys is like really getting out of hand right now online. Like they have already been like those particular group of guys have already been banned from multiple different platforms. TikTok,
true.
Instagram. Andrew Tate, he doesn't even have an Instagram or a TikTok.
Can you explain what you mean by red pill guys, just for people in the back?
Ooh,
Go ahead.
okay.
How would you?
Break
Yes.
it down.
All right. So when I say red pill, for the people in the back, red pill is like a group of guys, a group of young men. It's this whole entire movement that just popped up on the scene in social media where men, it was supposed to start out as men respecting themselves, but it eventually turned out into a he-man woman haters club online. So it's a lot of guys that's constantly talking down on women, and then they started getting into politics, and they started getting into anti-Semitic rants and things of that nature. And I don't even know. Nick Fuentes, would y'all consider him like a what? Like
Gay?
you said again?
What?
What'd you say?
What would you consider Nick Fuentes? Like, would you? I think he's more like black pill, if anything, on the political spectrum.
I really
And
don't
what do you
listen.
mean by black pill?
Oh my goodness, black pill. I don't even know black pill.
Yeah, I don't
When
know
you
that.
just
I
don't
don't know
believe in
black-
anything,
It's like,
right?
yeah,
Like you just
yeah.
think everything is just like fake.
Yeah. You think everything is fake. What
I
is
guess.
Nick Fuentes in that sense?
I don't even know where I would put him because I've seen, a couple of his shows just because I've been around people who watch his shows. I mean, I think his perspective on things is interesting. Some are just highly problematic for the way our society is set up. And that's why I think this is interesting because this whole Heil Hitler song, first of all, I've never heard it myself.
It's a good song. I'm not gonna lie.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's actually a good song.
Oh my God.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, the message behind
Right.
the song is a little kind of skewed, but the song itself, I'm a Kanye fan, so I mean, it is. a really
I
good song.
also have traditionally been a kind of his first few albums were like
Yeah.
I still play them to this day.
100%.
From what I understood about that song, and correct me if I'm wrong, I guess if you know, I thought basically what Kanye's point was that if there are people at the heads of these music industry companies paying people to say like you should shoot black people and you should deal drugs and you should kind of get into a lifestyle that's problematic and damaging to the black community, he was going to make a song that was damaging to the community that he claims is putting money behind that message.
Essentially, yeah.
Okay, so this is kind of like a tit for tat kind of situation, but his was
yeah.
banned. From what I understand, though, these guys don't even really like black people like that.
They don't like black people, and they're also in the community too. They just won't come out.
Because Andrew Tate is black, right?
Yeah, he's
But
black.
they're
Myron's
technically
black.
Yeah.
Sneeko's black. They're all black, bro. And they're weird. That's weird. Y'all do weird activities, bro. Like that grown men shouldn't be doing. And also, y'all hang out with each other a little too much. Like, bro, y'all don't think that's weird? Y'all talk about how much y'all hate women, but y'all hang out with dudes all day. That's weird, bro.
Mind
Sorry.
you, they was in a minivan and they were singing the song before
Yeah, I
they
saw
even
that.
went into the club. No woman in sight.
Yeah, man.
Is that something that you guys like pick up on? Because I think I would have thought, oh, that's a group of friends.
Nah, dog. See, the only reason I pick up on it is because of how much they say, I'm an alpha, I'm a man, I'm a dog. Real men hang around women, dog. I hate to break it to you, dog. I like girls. Like, so I'm gonna have, you know what I'm saying? When I was single, 4'5". You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yo, I'm a man. I don't hang around with women because women are stupid and men eat cheese and stupid stuff, dog. Just dumb stuff. Just dumb. Y'all are stupid, bro. And I hate everybody that y'all put out this rhetoric for these younger generation of kids that these men, and now they spew it and they go out and they put TikToks and all this stuff out of, man, girls are this and girls are that. It's like, no, they're not, bro.
Yeah.
Like, y'all are weird for doing that.
You know what's interesting, and we can move on because I don't want to belabor the point, but like I feel like there has been a conversation of these younger men kind of in the teenage age, maybe like younger, growing up, adolescents, who are looking for somebody to be their hero. Because I will say, when you watch a lot of these movies and shows, pay attention. The woman now is like usually the hero, and usually like the men are kind of seen as like idiots or like, they're not the one that's going to charge into the building. The woman is. And that was not like that when I was growing up. Like it was always the man who was saving the day, the damsel in distress. And it felt like, the industry was kind of correcting a bit to say like, hey, like women don't just have to be damsels in distress.
Yeah.
But now I think it's gone so far that men like don't see a hero. Like who is the masculine figure that I can look to? And I think a lot of people are finding it in these guys.
Well, it shouldn't be Andrew Tate at all by any means.
Or
By any
Myron.
means.
I don't know any of these
Myron.
people.
Or Sneeko.
Or Sneeko.
Or Nick Fuentes.
Or Nick Fuentes.
We can keep, or Labrador. Any of these dudes. They all stop listening to them. Go pick up a Bible. Read the Bible. Follow Jesus.
Well, to your point, though, it is a lot of guys that's trying to learn game because, like, they lack a father figure in that sense. But, like, learning it online from guys that are not really around women unless they pay them to be, it's like, that's wrong.
Listen, bro, I'm about to say something that's about to be very, very problematic. All right. So just go with me here.
Good.
All right. So I would rather, if I was a kid, I would rather learn from, never mind, I'm not going to say it. I'm just not going to say it. That's not gonna say it.
We'll put that in the stream afterwards when we start doing streams after.
We'll
We go. Yeah, okay.
We'll do that later. I know my boundaries now.
He's got in trouble a couple of times. That's why he's afraid. Okay, moving on. We have some new food guidelines, and people are actually kind of flaming one of the health officials for how she thinks people are supposed to afford this. So on the left, the black is what it used to be, and this is like before 2020, and this is what they've changed it to. They actually, it seems like they just flipped it upside down, which is a really funny South Park episode about this, so people were going off about that online. But basically, yeah, it changes what you should be eating. And I think it's actually insane that previously bread and cereal were on the list of like, you should eat the most. That's crazy. You would never think that. You would always think that like vegetables and meat should be what you should eat the most.
Yeah.
Well, not growing up in our household. And that's crazy to say, but like veggies was never like the main dish at all growing up in a black household.
That's black
Even when
house.
I go over, Thanksgiving, nobody's putting mostly green beans on their stuff.
No.
Dang, that's crazy. So this is what it's supposed to look like now.
This is what it's supposed to be. And so, to your point, I grew up on bread, peanut butter, jelly, bread, like a whole just processed food. None of that's real. You know what I mean? And so now they're saying like, whoops, you weren't actually supposed to be eating all that. The new food guidelines are eat that the least amount of almost everything else. So the new guidance prioritizes protein, so like meat and seafood and eggs, dairy, vegetables, fruits, and healthy fats like nuts and seeds and stuff. And then you eat least anything that's like carbs, heavy carbs like white bread and pastries, which I love good pastry, added sugar, sugary drinks, and ultra processed foods, which is basically most of the grocery store.
Yeah, that's messed up. You want to put this out once I'm addicted to the bread.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Once I'm
exactly.
addicted
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
You gonna flip it up on me now. Like, come on now. That's crazy, bro.
So then people also started asking, who is supposed to be able to afford this? Because meat and the produce are so expensive based on the rest of the processed food that's cheap. And that's what got this lady in trouble. This is USDA Secretary Brooke Rollins. She was talking to an anchor on News Station about how she feels like this is totally affordable.
We've run over 1,000 simulations. It can cost around $3 a meal for a piece of chicken, a piece of broccoli, corn tortilla, and one other thing. And so there is a way to do this that actually will save the average American consumer money.
So what is the other thing? Depression? Because
this is a really good rendition. We thought visually, you might want to know what that looks like.
what, dude? When I eat, I usually get the itis. That's you get tired.
Yeah.
If I ate that, I would just get sad. That is what the world.
Still be hungry.
What? And still be hungry. That wouldn't feed my dog. Are you kidding me? $3? That got me messed up, bro.
Yeah.
Well, that's a lot to say about our households, though, American households and how we grow up. Because apparently we're not even supposed to be eating full meals like 3 times a day,
Yeah.
Who said this?
not big plates, not big meals. Apparently, this is what I'm telling you. This is why we have an obesity problem, because we already see you see how you said you want to have the itis. You're not supposed to feel that,
You're
dog.
not supposed to. And the itis, if you don't know, is just that feeling you get when you just get sleepy after you eat a big meal. Usually it's because you ate something that was,
Turkey.
very bad for you, like fried chicken or just, like mac and cheese. Delicious. But,
Here's the thing.
not the best.
I enjoy that, okay? I enjoy it. I enjoy it. I enjoy eating. I enjoy eating good food. I enjoy getting tired after I eat good food. Okay? So who are you to tell me $3 is gonna give me what I want? What is the thing? What is it? I looked at, she said is Make America Healthy Again.
Yeah, Maha, yep.
Yeah, you're wrong. It should be MAH. All right? Make me always hungry, okay? Me always hungry.
No.
Me always hungry. Me always hungry.
No, because the whole point is that, like you said, it's causing a lot of people to be obese for no reason. And you're probably paying more in groceries, honestly, than you need to, since you don't need to eat that much. And it's making you sick. I mean, it's not even just the obesity factor. Like some of these ultra processed foods, they can literally make you sick over time.
Hey, I got an idea. Go work out. Hey, hit the gym, dog. That's all I'm saying. Go work out. You ever thought about getting outside, walking? You ever heard of walking? Nobody does that.
Well, the thing is, when it comes to working out, you cannot burn as many calories as you're taking in. It's almost physically impossible.
100%.
Some people are eating thousands of calories each day, 2,500 calories each day, but you can only burn so many. You can run like a mile and a half, and if you burn 500 calories, you're goated. Like that's unheard of, really. So it's like,
I don't know. Let me look that
Plus,
up.
food is supposed to be fuel. That's where I think they've scammed us. Like, it's supposed to be something where you eat and you get energy for the day, not to where you eat and you're immediately tired. So that's where I'm saying, literally, we're getting scammed. Like, you don't need to eat 3 times. If I were like ahead of the food industry, I'd be like, yeah, you matter of fact, eat 5 times. Eat all the food that you want. You know what I mean? And the healthcare industry says, yeah, eat all the ultra processed food. It's cheap. And then it just ends up being a situation where you're tired and getting sicker and fatter off the guidelines that you're supposed to be using.
The average person burns between 1,300 and 2,000 calories a day without any activity.
okay.
But one meal could be like 4,000. If you had like a burger and some fries and a shake, and then you got like a cookie or whatever, you could rack it up off one meal.
And that's
what y'all
one meal, and then people are having 3 of those a day,
Start
dog.
with French toast with some syrup and some eggs and some bacon,
Yeah.
a couple pastries.
Live y'all life, man. Let these tell them mind their business.
He's
Y'all-
trying to kill you.
No, I'm
He
not.
is.
Eat whatever you want to eat, man.
Also,
Enjoy your life.
when's the last time that you actually looked at the serving size on
Never.
the box? Nobody looks at the serving size and
Y'all-
actually goes based off of it, because you're not going to get full off of it.
Y'all want to be like upset for your rest of y'all life? Y'all just want to be upset forever.
No.
Y'all read stuff, it just gets you in a bad mood. Why would you want to do that to yourself?
It's not that bad, but you know what was really, really bad? Because we do have to move on and talk about what happened in Michigan. There was first of all, how many cars would you say is like a really bad pileup on the road?
More than 10.
10?
Really bad?
Yeah, really bad.
Really
10,
bad.
At least 10. 10 is I think that's a bad accident.
In Atlanta, 3 cars can just hold up everything.
true.
That's true.
That's
Hold
true.
the whole city
That's
up.
true.
That's so true.
That's true.
Okay, in Michigan, there was a 100 vehicle pileup on the road. And we can show you what that looks like. Crazy.
Yeah, bro.
Crazy. This just happened. So This obviously started because of the weather, and this happened 10:19 in the morning. Everybody just kind of starting their day, and then police started getting multiple calls about cars that had crashed or slid off the road. There was severe winter weather at the time, and so they were saying that it was like whiteout conditions, zero or near zero visibility as people were driving down this road, which is basically like a nightmare.
Yeah,
literally a nightmare. You know what I mean? So the reports are that there were about 30 to 40 semi-trucks involved, multiple jackknife semis along the wreckage, and people just literally lost control of their cars, and they started colliding with each other.
Yeah, I think if I'm in that situation, I'm knocking on one of the 18-wheelers. I'm knocking on their door like, yo, brother, let me in. We gonna be here for a while. Just let a brother in. Let me, let me sit down. Let me kick it, because we gonna be here for a minute, bro.
I do think it's interesting how people come to Atlanta and then they talk about like how Atlanta can't drive in the snow and all of this. And then you see instances like this. This is Michigan. You're supposed to know how to deal with the snow. How are you having 100-car pileup?
Because their tires are like built for it and stuff. Right. And they're, presumably used to driving in snow like that. But apparently from the witnesses and the accounts from the ground, one motorist says that they were just going 20 to 25 miles an hour and could barely see. And so for him, he just decided he was going to stop, move to the median and just wait. But like other people, I mean, if you slide into somebody, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
That's terrifying. Good news is there were reports of injuries, but no deaths. At least so far. So 9 to 12 people got injured.
That's
and
good.
Ultimately they, had a way to get all those cars off the road and
Keep people warm.
Yeah,
man. Yeah.
But it took about 7 hours before both lanes got to reopen there. Crazy.
Jesus.
That's
Crazy.
7 hours.
How about this one? This one is out of Pennsylvania. There were men who were trying to steal $16,000 worth of weight loss drugs from a delivery driver outside of a pharmacy.
So did they actually get them? Did they get the drugs?
They got caught in the end, so it's like
they were trying to make the hood skinny. They were trying to make the hood skinny. Everybody was gonna be skinny for the summertime, boy. What? The whole hood was gonna be skinny if they made it back, bruh.
What I thought was crazy though is that they allegedly stole 2 boxes of these weight loss medications. So Mounjaro, Ozempic, Trulicity, that kind of thing. 2 boxes. That's how expensive those things are.
That's wild.
That's $16,000. All you got to do is steal 2 freaking boxes of those. That's crazy. But yeah, so what happened was police are saying that on last Thursday, outside of the pharmacy near Philadelphia, the delivery driver was thrown to the ground. The suspects fled in a gold-colored Toyota, almost hit a witness who was trying to, sit there and record everything. And then, obviously, the police put out the fact that there's a gold car. You can't commit crimes in a gold car because that's very easy to spot. But, they put the bolo out, be on the lookout for that gold car. They were stopped. And allegedly, this trio included a 41-year-old, a 21-year-old, and a 17-year-old. Which I always hate to see ages like that, because why are you too grown for this?
I was thinking the same thing.
This is not a crime for you. You need to go. I know your back hurts because my back hurts.
That don't even make no sense.
Yeah.
What are y'all doing with a 17-year-old though? That's the even bigger question. Like, why is he hanging out with y'all? You know what I'm saying? Also, $16,000 worth of weight loss programs. I'm in the wrong profession. What? Is that what we doing now? We trapping Ozempic? I did not know that was going on out here in the streets. Ozempic is the new what? Wild, bruh.
And it's crazier to me because I personally feel like they should have seen this coming. Because when I heard this story, I was like, how could they possibly have known that kind of weight was moving? Weight being those drugs.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
She ain't mean to do that.
I just got it myself. Yeah, I'm
that's
funny.
hilarious.
No, yeah. How did they know that this was moving? And apparently, police started warning pharmacies after this to be cautious if anybody started calling around and asking about delivery schedules, because that's essentially what happened. Like, they were asking about the delivery order. The staff reported receiving suspicious phone calls and emails in the days before asking about the delivery order. So if someone calls you up and asks about the most expensive thing you have and like when it's going to be delivered,
know something now.
couple days later, you get robbed. Are you really surprised?
Yeah, this is a PSA for everybody in Atlanta. We did not cover this story, okay? So y'all don't get no ideas. Y'all don't get it. Actually, Ozempic like $5. All right, it don't cost that much because that's crazy. $16,000. Woo, that's a lot.
That is what Trump was saying he wanted them to tackle. Remember, we just did that whole press conference of his. It was like an video that he released, actually, that was basically saying, like, we want most favored nation pricing. Like, we want to be paying what other countries are paying, because other countries are paying like less than $200 for Ozempic. We're paying $1,000
So
plus,
nuts, man.
potentially, in this country. So crazy. Okay, let's talk about the Artemis 2 moon rocket has been moved to the launch pad. I love stories like this because it gets us talking about space in general.
Let's talk
And the
about it.
streets have some thoughts, questions, and concerns about space and what we've been doing. But let's just talk about the story first. The Artemis 2, yes, being moved to launch pad at Kennedy Space Center, and it's preparing for a mission to take astronauts around the moon. So not to land on the moon, from what we've seen, is just to go around, I guess, take a little, dabble around the moon.
Yeah, they're supposed to be going around the dark side of the moon, the side we don't see.
Interesting. So this says that, yeah, they're going to go back to the vicinity of the moon for the first time in over 50 years.
Did they ever go the first time?
That is the question, isn't it? That's what we've said. The U.S. government has said, yes, we in fact did go to the moon in 1969, I believe.
I don't know, because that picture that we just saw, that kind of looked like a backlot. That looked like a backlot. I know a backlot when I see a backlot, and that looked like a backlot. So are they really going to go? Are they going at all? Have they been? Will we ever? I guess those are the questions that we all have to ask.
The only reason why I think that there has been suspicion, at least for me recently, is because of what happened when Jeff Bezos sent those people up to the moon, or not to the moon. They went just to like the atmosphere, I think. I think they broke, I don't even know the
gravity.
science behind it.
Yeah,
They went to anti-gravity that moment. I think it was like his wife / fiance at the time, I think, and it was like Katy Perry. It was like a really random group of people. Was Gayle King there? Can you look up who all was on that flight? It was a very random group.
Yeah,
I
Gayle
don't know
King was on the
how they
flight.
compiled that together. And all I remember seeing is a video of them like allegedly screaming on the way down, like screaming bloody murder as they were coming down back from orbit where they were. And the door opened. That was glossed over completely, and I don't think the world ever talked about that as much as we should have. From what I understood, that was supposed to be a door that you literally could not open from the inside. It had to be unlocked by the outside. That was the whole thing. You could clearly see when they touched down, the door opened a little bit first and then closed, and then they like reopened it from the outside, and it was very sus. I wish I would have thought about this moment. I would have pulled this video to show you guys. But what do you guys think?
Man, I think that I think we did it.
You think we did?
I think we did it eventually. I think
God.
that maybe we did stage the landing during the Cold War. Actually, no.
How you stage the landing?
I haven't even really delved into this whole entire conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I have heard though. I have heard that we cannot find the same tools and whatever else materials
The
was
data,
used
it's all
for
lost.
going to the moon like we had in the past. That's kind of fishy to me. And then there was one time I did see Neil Armstrong. I went to a meeting in one of the colleges and I actually got to hear him, but he had to have a spokesperson there before he passed. This is before he passed away. He had a spokesperson there and she was like, I'm just here to make sure he doesn't say anything out of the regular, out of the norm.
Yeah.
So it was kind of interesting to me. If it's if it's public knowledge, you would hope that, it's...
That is interesting.
I don't need a
factual.
handler here. What are we talking about? I think that is interesting because if you talk to people in this field, they will tell you like it was real. They think it's absurd that people think it wasn't. Like this was a huge marvel for science and for America. And people will go down like swinging that we really went to the moon because it's like, what do you mean we didn't? I have questions. I question how we were able to go in 1969 with the level of technology we had in 1969, and we haven't been able to replicate it with all the technology we have now. From what I've heard, some of the arguments are, well, it's going to take a lot of money, and we don't want to waste the money to go back to the moon. We've been to the moon. I don't know. I'm not saying we didn't go. I'm not saying we did. I'm saying I have questions.
I got a ton, and we didn't.
But you can send your name to space, apparently. In fact, we did it. Didn't we do it?
Oh, did we?
I'm pretty sure we did. Look, we got a picture.
Oh.
Yeah, man. See, you don't listen to our boss. You don't know.
We got a boarding pass.
We got a little boarding pass.
Oh,
Yeah,
that'd
so
be nice.
when the Artemis 2 mission launches, they're going to take an SD card on board, and it's going to be loaded with every name submitted. The cutoff date to submit your name is actually tomorrow, January 21st. But yeah, we signed the name up, Hot 97 News, for fun.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah,
nice.
there it is.
Real cool.
You know what always bothered me when people say, "Oh, do you want to buy a star?" Or like in the movies, they'd be like, "I bought you a star," and it's like, how much money did you spend on that? First of all, I don't even know. You can't see stars in some cities.
True.
It's too bright.
True.
And I don't know, like, what is that going to do?
A
Do you really
star?
just waste some money on buying me a star?
You ain't never seen them like the frames where they have you can buy a constellation of when you like got married or when you like started dating your girl or whatever. Have you ever,
That's
ever seen
interesting.
that?
That's not what I mean. That's
Oh.
cute. I mean when people literally say, like, look up and they point, I bought you that star.
Oh, I'm finna do that tonight.
Because, like, you could, how would you know?
Write to my fiance and be like, babe, I got you. I was at work online. They had stars for sale. I went on ahead and bought you one. I went on ahead and bought you one, baby.
Oh, man, that's terrible. That's like anybody could do that
I could do it.
easily.
Crazy.
No, you don't get no receipt, no nothing. Why you gonna get a receipt for buying a star, bro? What are we talking about, dog?
You just go to UPS and print out the certificate.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Okay, before we go, we have to give a major congrats to the new college football national champions.
Woo woo.
Boy, I did not see this win coming for Indiana.
Nah,
They
Indiana
pulled it off.
What was the score? 27-1 Indiana? Yeah. I didn't see Miami making it this far. So, I mean, shout out to Miami for even.
true.
Carson Beck, we did have you, and, you know, we miss you over here at UGA, but kind of glad you lost because you left us. So, not going to lie, kind of glad you lost. But the big thing about this entire thing, about the NCAA championship, is the girl. Y'all remember the girl that did Dr. Pepper, baby?
Yes.
So
he
here's
wouldn't stop singing it
Here's
for
the thing.
days.
Here's the thing. Dr. Pepper actually turned that into a commercial and played it during the NCAA championship. So we got the commercial. If y'all didn't see it, here's the commercial.
Baby, it's good and nice. Dr. Pepper, baby.
Let's go.
It's good and nice. Dr. Pepper, baby. It's good and nice. Good and nice.
Do-do-do. Come on, bruh.
Okay.
Come
for
on, get your
her.
bag. Go
Let's
get your
go.
bag. So shout out to her, man. That's gonna open up so many doors for her. So shout out to her.
And honestly, shout out to Dr. Pepper because y'all really just got some free promo right here as well
100 yeah.
from the people who are supporting this girl. That's what you were saying.
100%.
They'd be crazy to not use her.
Be crazy. So
Yeah.
shout out to her, man. Congratulations for getting that.
And congratulations to Indiana. It was not their first
First
ever
ever.
time
First
winning.
ever.
So,
First
yeah,
ever.
man, you know, they are wilding out. But that is going to do it for us, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. Again, we are live at 10 right here on YouTube with a lot more big things to come for Hot 97. So stay tuned and we'll see you tomorrow. Welcome to Hot 97 News Atlanta, a brand new live news show where we talk about all the biggest stories happening in the city. I'm your host, Lana Harris, here with Rondell with 2 N's
You did.
and Million.
Hey.
And the Falcons has a new head coach, y'all, and it's actually the guy that you said would be the worst pick. I remember you saying this, Kevin Stefanski.
Bruh. What? Falcons, y'all hate us. Y'all hate us. Y'all, how we lose on our day off? Like, how do you lose on your day off, Falcons? You had one thing to do, and that was to get Mike Tomlin to come to the Falcons. That was it. Mike Tomlin, he said he was done. All we had to do was interview him, bring him to the Falcons. That was it. That's all y'all had to do. Matt Ryan, we brought you back in the office for a reason, and you fumbled. You fumbled. I am pissed. I am so mad. Forget you, Million. Forget you, Million. I do not want to hear it. I do not want to hear it. This is terrible for the Falcons. We do not want to see this.
I think I deserve like an apology.
You don't deserve
I
nothing.
told you so.
You did
This
say.
is Matt Ryan's call. Matt Ryan is in charge of hiring the new Matt Ryan as the president is in charge of hiring the head coach and the GM, and he got our head coach.
We don't even got good stats on this man. Like, I wanted to read, like, oh, man, Kevin Stefanski is this and the third. Bruh, coach of the year a few times. That's it. But other than that, bruh, what we talking about?
Okay, so for the people in the back, why is he such a bad coach decision?
He has a losing record as a coach.
Okay.
He's just not a winning coach, like, at all. Like, has nothing win. He is a head coach, but he has no winning tendencies about him. And on top of that, Michael Penix looks like you will never play. Kirk Cousins look like you'll be starting for the whole season. Mike, you might as well go ahead and put your helmet to the side and find another team, because I doubt he starts you.
Why do you say that?
Mike, dude, I don't want to say it. I don't want to say what I really want to say.
Okay.
But, you know, Mike Penix, you're not going to play, bro. You're not going to play.
Okay, so his record, Kevin Stefanski's overall record is 45-56 when he was with the Cleveland Browns.
Is that good or bad?
That's like half and half.
That's
Okay.
that's
like
decent.
that's like 50. It's almost
stretching
like
it.
yeah, like 40 something percent.
Okay.
Like, it's not really much. It's a losing record
Okay.
regardless.
Okay.
And then also his record this season, it was 8 wins and 26 losses.
Oh.
Our previous coach Raheem Morris had 16 wins and 18 losses.
What?
Yeah. So he had a losing record, and his overall percentage last season was 23.5%. Now, this is probably what Matt Ryan was thinking in his mind when he hired him.
Oh, I would love to hear this.
Probably, yeah. I'm gonna probably just say it's the fact that he was able to bring the worst team in the NFL in history to the playoffs. He didn't bring them to no Super Bowl, but they made it to like a wild card one year in 2020, and then they made it to a wild card in 2023 also.
Okay, so it makes some degree of sense.
No,
No.
Lana.
Being
What?
being a coach,
No, makes no sense.
being a coach, and like your only good thing about being hired is that you brought a team to the playoffs twice is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then, can anybody answer this? I think I've asked you this before, but like, what is the point of bringing a losing coach onto a team that has been losing and hoping that they will just not lose here when they've been losing and everybody's been losing? How do you factor in anything?
It's a great question. I have the same. What? Like, what are we doing? Like, why are we bringing in a losing coach to come coach a... Bro, our team has so much potential. All we needed was one person to fill this puzzle piece. And Ryan, you did not do it. You did not do it, bro. You went from 28-3. We lost that. And now you lost this. God, I'm so stressed out, bro. All I want us to do is be a winning team. That's it. I'm a diehard Falcons fan. I just want us to win. I want us to win a Super Bowl. That's it, bro. If we win one, then I'll go to another team. You know, I'll bandwagon another one. But for right now, I just need us to win one. Now find another team to bandwagon.
I told you it was a bad idea to have Matt Ryan as the president.
You did.
You did.
I said a loser is going to make loser decisions. His career was a losing career, and he made a loser decision as the president. Hopefully, he proves me wrong, but as of right now, I think it's an L. Overall, I think it's an L.
It is.
All right, well, we'll see what happens. In the meantime, we have got to talk about the water in Atlanta. Some of y'all have noticed it's been smelling and tasting a little musty.
Yeah.
And this is actually a story that's kind of had some legs because the first time when we looked it up, people started mentioning it was actually back in November. So this just kind of came up in the conversation a couple of days ago in January 2026. And there have been people and businesses across the city basically who have been reporting that their tap water tastes like mildew. And so that means that the food.
What? Why is that funny?
But that's gross. Imagine that. How does something like the fact that I've smelled mildew, but I've never actually tasted it.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah.
True.
Because they're saying that the drinks that is made with the water and the food made with the water also taste like mildew. Nasty.
Yeah.
So, issue affects fountain drinks, teas, and the taste of some foods, not just the plain tap water. And authorities think that it might be because of algae. Specifically, it is something that I'm going to attempt to pronounce. So please just, appreciate my strength. 2-methyl methylisoborneol.
Ooh, okay.
Well, you don't know if that's right, dog. You don't even know if that's right. You're just saying all right.
Close.
Okay.
But you could just call it MIB.
Yes,
MIB
for short. It is an organic compound produced by algae. It's apparently not considered a health risk, which is good, but it has a taste and odor.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's commonly found in lakes, rivers, and reservoirs. And apparently, because of the whatever algae it is, humans can detect an extremely low level of it because of the putrid smell. So it could only be like a little
Trace
speck
amount.
of it, and we'll be able to smell it. So the fact that it's in our water is crazy, but it's not harmful to humans.
Really?
That's what they allege.
That's
That's
what
what
they
they're
say.
saying.
Well, it's 2026. If you don't have a filter on anything in your house, like
That's
for
true.
water, like I don't know what you're doing. I wouldn't drink anything that's unfiltered.
Out the tap.
Yeah, everything has to be filtered.
And I used to think people were bougie when you went to a restaurant and they'd be like, do you want tap or bottle? I'd be like, girl, if you don't get no tap water, it's fine. Now I'm like, oh my God,
Yeah.
you're drinking the tap?
Really get bougie, get the sparkling,
Yes.
Really want to get bougie, get some sparkling water.
So y'all have filters on the water?
Oh,
fountain?
this man is broke. This man is.
I'm trying to level up here.
I'm joking.
I'm trying to elevate. So you have filters on the water faucet?
No, we have filters inside of like our refrigerator, or there's a filter station at the crib.
Oh, you have filters on your refrigerator.
Yeah,
Just like the natural you're talking about refrigerator.
And then also
filtration.
there's this filter, man. This is filter machine that it's like silver.
Yeah.
It's really tall. It filters water. That water tastes like great glacier water, bro. It's so good.
I don't even trust the refrigerator water. I really
Really?
don't. Not even that. We distill the water at my house.
Oh, see.
So literally, like it's like a big machine that distills the water, drips into like this big glass canister, and you use it, and it's supposed to take all the crap
What is
that's
it?
in tap water.
Kagener?
I don't know the brand.
Okay.
It's just like, you can just look it up. Water distiller, if you're interested. Some of them very expensive, but it's worth it when you think about just
100%.
what could be in the water. So apparently, officials are saying a seasonal cold snap may naturally reduce the issue. So this may just kind of go away because it's winter anyway. And y'all know it's supposed to snow on Saturday.
Yeah. What does that? Wait, what does that have to do with anything?
A seasonal cold snap may reduce the issue. You don't be listening.
My bad.
Okay, lots of other big issues are going around in the city. In fact, we got a little sprinkle of ice activity that people are kind of sounding off about right now. There has been actually a few, I would say, I don't want to say protests, but get-togethers, I would say, where people have tried to say, like, hey, we don't want ice here. Other people support ice, of course. So, like Minnesota and like around the country, you got people who are for and against what ice is doing. So we can tell you that part of the problem for people here is not knowing the condition of the facilities and just the condition that the people who they are picking up are having to live through. Mm-hmm. And recently, a man apparently died in ICE custody in a Clayton County facility. This is according to the Mexican consulate.
Yep. A 34-year-old Mexican man.
Yep.
His name was Heber Dominguez.
Yep.
And he died to apparent suicide. This is the second death of a Mexican national at the same facility within the same year.
Wow.
In June of last year, Jesus Molina, 45, was found unconscious by his bed also. So they're saying that it was a suicide.
How do you? I mean, how much of that do we believe?
Well, the
Just out of
Mexican
curiosity.
consulate has requested clarification about his death. Like they want a little bit more detail.
No, for sure.
You know what I mean?
For sure. I would too. That sounds like. That sounds a little fishy.
There is an immigration advocate who is basically saying, like, you need greater transparency of what's going on behind closed doors there and an investigation into these ICE deaths that are happening in their custody. And this person, this immigration advocate who was speaking is basically saying, like, look, we got concerns about medical neglect here and like literally how they are treated behind bars wherever they're being held. And I've actually seen interviews of people who have been held who have described terrible conditions.
Yeah.
Right.
Saying like sometimes they don't let us go to the bathroom. Sometimes they're having women go to the bathroom in front of male officers. Sometimes they're not giving us water. Sometimes they won't let us make a call. Just people going through any kind of health condition that they may have gotten even while being swept up aren't being treated. One guy was saying like he thought he did die. It was one of the immigrants that were taken to one of those prisons that are in a different country, one of those holding facilities, I guess, that are in another country, was saying like we thought we were basically dead because of how we were being treated. You could look that up, that interview, but it does go to show, I mean, for me, yeah, you are accused of sneaking into this country illegally, but how much of this kind of treatment do you deserve because of that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's also goes. I mean, that's just like with the prison system. It's like, yo, we're treating these people not like humans. At the end of the day, these are still people.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. Y'all are mad that they coming in here and illegal and X, Y, Z. But dog, at the end of the day, these are still humans, bruh. Like these aren't animals. And not to say you got to treat animals bad either, but these are people. Like at least treat them with some type of respect, some type of something, some substance. You know what I mean? That'd be my only thing.
Yeah, there's something to that for sure because there's reports that say that these people in the ICE facilities are staying way longer than what they're supposed to be staying in anyways because of backlogs and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
They're supposed to stay in practice for about a month or so, but some people have been reported to have stayed there for about a year.
Wow.
Yeah. But my question is, do y'all think that it's just the facility though? You don't think that maybe it's like, is any chance that the man could have possibly did that because he got caught, because he doesn't want to go back to his country?
We don't
That's a
know.
good
We could
question.
never. First of all, we've officially been told suicide. But we like they're saying we would like the details, a bit more transparency behind what could have all played into that. Yeah, we have no idea what played into that. Maybe he didn't want to go back. Maybe he was being mistreated. Maybe he just thought, what's the point? Maybe he was suffering in there and wanted to end his suffering in there. We don't know why he would have, allegedly committed suicide. But I guess I would ask people who are supportive of these efforts, which again, there are a lot of people who say like, even if they're not criminals, we support, what ICE is doing because we want to get illegal immigrants out of the country. I get it. I guess my question is, when you see all of what we're seeing in Minnesota and around the country with these ICE skirmishes around the country where like these communities are getting agitated, and you can blame the Democrats even for that, for just like ramping up the rhetoric and getting everybody all wound up, whatever. The point is it's happening. What are we really getting from this? Like, has your life really changed now that we're having illegal immigrants hogtied in the streets and sent to these ICE facilities where they're going through all this stuff? Like, has your life really improved that much where like this is all worth it? Like, even if I support the idea, which, I'm whatever. I don't know if I necessarily support it. I support getting criminals out the country. You know what I mean? Don't come to America and commit crazy crimes.
Yeah.
Like this is, but like, has your life really gotten any better now that they're doing this?
Flat out.
I don't know.
No, that's a valid point.
I mean, yeah, it's a valid point. Has their life gotten any better from doing this? Right.
I just felt there might have been a better way.
Yeah, there's a better way of getting them out of here. But do y'all still see why we are trying to get them out of here? I went down a loophole last night. I stayed here till like 8 o'clock. And I was just going down a loophole and just, looking at different sides of the perspective. There's millions of people. There's reports that says 4 million people are waiting right now to get their visas. 4 million people are waiting to get their green card and get access to get into America, while people are skipping the line.
Yeah.
And it's okay. Like, I get it, because in Mexico right now, for example, it says that the crime rate there and the murder rate there, the homicide rate in 2025 was 17.5 per 100,000 residents. That's extremely high. So I get why you would want to escape and I completely understand it. But my question is, like, do you not understand that, like, what you're still doing is taking a risk, and with that risk comes some sort of consequence if you do get caught? I just don't understand why people are acting so surprised when they do get caught.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like you took that risk, even though you've been here for 20 years. You should be in the back of your mind be thinking the whole entire time, I could possibly get caught by anybody at any moment, anytime. And it's like, what do you expect? I mean, it's illegal to come here illegally. There's
Yeah.
people waiting. You cut the line. You took that risk. I'm not saying you should die for it though, 100%.
Yeah. And that's why I say, like, I understand why people support the effort, but like, and I've seen this, and I'm not trying to say bugs in relation to people, but this is just an example. I've seen someone say, you know, if I had bugs in my house and, you know, my mom is saying, well, I just don't even care. I'm just going to live with the bugs because I just don't really care that much. Maybe that's not the right answer. But like if dad says, yes, let's blow up the house to get rid of the bugs in the house. It's like, that's an option. You could burn down the house, but maybe there's a more surgical way we could just get some pest control and go through and do this versus street skirmishes in every city ICE shows up because just nobody cares and they're doing it so publicly. It just feels like there's got to be a better way to do this.
Right. Using that analogy, I thought she was going to take it a different angle. If you have bugs in your house and it's terrible in there,
Yeah.
Does that mean that you get to move into the next person's house?
What?
Does that mean that you move into your neighbor's house?
Well, I'm confused.
If you have bugs or whatever else is in your house,
Mm-hmm.
do you have the right to move into your neighbor's
Oh,
house?
In this
okay.
case, you're
You're
saying
saying-
bugs are problems.
Ah,
Let's
right.
say
You go
in
into
your
it.
house.
Yeah.
Can
Okay,
you
I
go
see what
into
you're
your
saying.
neighbor's
Yeah.
house?
I see what you're saying.
I mean, I guess that's an interesting question, especially because when you think about what America was, it's a bunch of people who left their house to come to the neighbor's house. Like America was the neighbor's house until at some point we said, we got to cut this off. We're not doing this anymore. We got to get, a cap on this so we can kind of control who all is in the house. And some people are still just deciding, well, no, I'm going to show up anyway because y'all did. Other people are saying, I'm going to go through the right methods. And for them, it's like not fair to watch people sneak in. But at the same time, fraud is rampant in this country. You know what I mean? There's fraud rampant in the government.
Yeah,
It's exposed all the time and people go down, they get convicted for these crazy crimes. And it's like, I don't know. I think that personally, I really do genuinely believe that the illegal immigrant problem was not as big as some of the widespread multi-billion-dollar fraud cases that are robbing from Americans. Like if you want to put all this pressure on people who are usually poor, usually coming in to do jobs that, Americans don't really want to do, make sure there's still this same heat where you're hog-tying millionaires who are defrauding the healthcare system billions of dollars. I don't see that. I see them getting pardoned is what I see. So that's where I just think there's a lot of hypocrisy, but, we can leave that right there if y'all want to. Do you want to respond? Final thoughts?
No, you got it. You
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Because this is a place I don't want it to just
No,
feel
for sure. Because there's other stories we're going to get to.
Yeah.
I got it. So,
And real quick, I could just mention that the Gwinnett County Association of Educators did ask the sheriff to pause cooperation with ICE. And basically, they're saying that they're concerned about enrollment and attendance in the schools. And they're trying to, make sure their community isn't fearful of ICE showing up and, making the kids afraid and, snatching up parents and stuff like that. So I think the latest update we just heard on that was that the sheriff was going to just have a discussion with this group and probably let them know, what the situation is. So we will keep an eye on that. Also, did you get a fake Verizon refund message after the outage last week?
Yeah, so my mom did. So
Interesting.
For anybody that don't know, I remember telling you guys that Verizon was sending out $20. They were sending out a $20 credit, which I don't think was enough, but they were sending out a $20 credit for every Verizon person to redeem. And of course, Georgia going to do what Georgia going to do. Atlanta going to do what Atlanta going to do. They're going to find a way to scam the system. So victims received unsolicited text messages or emails claiming to offer the compensation for the service disruption for, the Verizon outage. And the hook that they're using is a credit reward or compensation link that looks official, but is designed in a malicious intent. All right. So if you ever get this email, if you're getting text messages from Verizon that don't look like Verizon and they're pretty good, because my mom showed me hers and they look pretty good, don't click on it, okay? Don't click on it, because then what happens is once you click on it, you got to give them all your information and stuff like that. And it's a data breach, they're able to, hack into whatever they need to hack into to get whatever they need to get. So, Yeah, man, they can't. $20, bruh. $20. That's what y'all scamming. Not even scamming the 20, but y'all scamming people's. Like, that's a time of need. Like, come on, man.
You know what's even crazier? The fact that like you did get scammed just for $20. If you just didn't respond to the message, you were only going to be out $20.
Well, they weren't scamming for the money. They were scamming for your data. They were scamming
Right,
for
no.
your information.
I'm saying, so like this message basically said like it was about getting your
Yeah,
refund.
yeah.
So if I'm clicking on that, I'm thinking, oh, I'm getting my $20, and instead I got.
You got.
for $20.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
You know, yeah. You see, yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah.
Which sucks though, because moms, grandmoms,
Come on, 20.
they getting got.
Yeah, y'all got me for the 20 is crazy.
Yeah. That is good to know. So please warn your parents
Please.
and your grandparents.
Please.
Because they don't know.
They
oh my
don't.
gosh. Okay. Can tell you what Georgia is going to do that is really cool. Georgia just issued $25 million in fines for these health insurance companies who are actually not giving people the mental health and substance abuse help that they're supposed to be getting. And this is something that you really wanted to talk about
Very
because you
much
feel
so.
like you're pretty passionate about this.
Yeah, man, I'm sober, so
Yeah.
I feel as though here's the thing, they don't want people to use drugs and they don't want people to be out in the streets and they don't want people to, but they make it hard for people to get any of this help.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing? Like, make it make sense. How do you want somebody to get clean, but you don't help them get clean, or you don't make it easy for them to get clean, and then you're doing it the corrupt way, and you're taking money, bruh. These people need help. Folks need help. I needed help. So, I'm so blessed that I was able to help myself.
Yeah.
But, dog, it's people out there that can't do what I did. And they need these resources. So, for y'all to, I'm glad they're finding all these people. I'm glad. Find them all.
Because apparently this is kind of a multi-year investigation, because if you've been thinking like, man, this is something that I've run into myself and it's been going on for years, apparently it does take years to investigate. So what specifically happened here is that the health insurers are accused of violating mental health parity laws. And those are rules that require mental health and substance abuse help coverage to be treated like physical health coverage. So if I'm offering physical health coverage, I have to also give you mental and substance abuse help as well. And I can't make it harder to get to. Like, I can't make it something that you got to jump through all these extra hoops to get, or just limited, or whatever, acquire extra steps, extra approvals, nothing. It's supposed to be the same as physical health. And apparently the state found that there were 24,700 violations total across multiple companies. So this would be your companies like Oscar Health Insurance, who actually had the most fines for this, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Kaiser Foundation Health Plan, Cigna, Aetna, Alliant, Humana, United Healthcare, a lot of big name companies who were implicated in this. And it's like, you see the conversations about healthcare that there are, that people need this help.
Exactly.
So the fact that you guys could be just saying like, man, we're not going to do it, is crazy when you're a healthcare company.
Yeah, and then they wonder why people shoot up things and do this and do that and
Go crazy.
Because y'all not helping them out.
You're killing me by a different name. You're killing me legally, potentially.
Come on, bro. Like, folks need a way, outlet. So folks need people. There are people that need people to talk to. And
Yeah.
there are people that want to be clean. I understand that there's a lot of people that don't want to get clean. I get it. But there are people that want to be clean and want help. And y'all not even allow them to get help. That's selfish and that's messed up.
Yeah. Mental health matters just as much as physical health.
Facts.
Yeah.
If not more these days, because we're
Exactly.
seeing these school shootings and, the conversation always goes to mental health, but then y'all want to say, well, it's going to be harder to get mental health.
Exactly,
Sorry. So what are we doing here as a country?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're going to leave that right there. We'll be right back after this break. Welcome back, everybody. We have got to talk about a nurse in a Fulton County jail because she was just arrested for smuggling in marijuana and American deli food.
Yeah. Shout out to her, by the way.
Oh, my God.
Shout out to her. Naomi Marie Anthony, 34. She's a contracted nurse from Decatur employed by NapCare. And here's the thing. The scheme was unraveled when jail staff discovered an incriminating handwritten note. So she kind of like dry snitched. Somebody dry snitched probably on her. The note detailed instructions of smuggling, bring in weed, food, put it in the trash for the inmate, and explicitly named the nurse and inmate Antonio McCrae, mentioning a payment of $1,300.
Wow.
Via Cash App. So, I mean, she got paid now. I mean, I ain't saying I wouldn't have done it. But here's the thing. I don't think a lot of people realize that this goes on in the prison system all the time. Like, I don't think people don't realize that these folks have cell phones. These folks have. My cousin was locked up and he sent me a video of him eating Popeyes. Like, I'd lie to you not. Him eating Popeyes.
What?
They ate Domino's in there, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, this happens all the time. But it's more expensive to get it inside. So imagine you paying $1,300 for weed and some chicken wings. It's a lot of money for some chicken wings.
Well, not only that, apparently I saw that there was other contraband items as well. And
Yeah,
marijuana, cigarettes, jewelry. Specifically matching rings for her and the inmate.
Come on now. You got to look fly in there. You got to look.
But matching, that's crazy. And an iPhone to communicate. And yes, specifically requested items from American Deli. That's crazy.
This is a jail love story right here, man. This is how it started. This was close to her about to probably, she was on the verge of probably like, all right, babe, now I got you all this. Now it's time to figure out a way to break you out. Now that's what I feel like that was coming to.
That's where that thing goes.
That's where it goes.
Sometimes, for real. Because it's crazy. The sheriff, Pat Labat, said that the woman admitted to being in a relationship with the inmate since like October 2025. It's like when that relationship started. So you're right. It starts with, hey, babe, can you bring me some chicken wings?
Exactly.
Hey, bust me out of here.
Hey, American Deli, you a real one though, man, for bringing American Deli in. You're a real one.
You would say that.
You're a real one,
You would
man.
say that.
You're a real one.
He loves American Deli.
I do. I love American Deli, and you're a real one for bringing American Deli in. So shout out to Naomi Marie. We ain't gonna see you for a while, but shout out to you.
That's what I'm saying too. Like, because $1,300. Why would you even need to pay $1,300 if this is your girlfriend doing it out of the kindness of her heart? What's the money for?
Oh, that's a good point. What was that bread for?
Got a good point.
You know,
I didn't even think of that.
That doesn't make any sense to
I
me.
didn't think of that.
Hopefully, it's enough for bail.
Yeah.
Facts.
She didn't do that. I like that though. I wish that more people will realize that this did happen. And yeah, I'm pretty sure if she did this once with him, he was about to start a whole little enterprise of people.
So true. What if people
to try to like come in and do this more often. You know what I'm saying?
I think it is sad, like the pressure that some of these officers and I guess nurses all feel when you're surrounded by people who are just people. Like these people who are criminals are just men. We're talking about, like in a men facility. And, you see them just like being locked up. I'm not getting out of here for years. I just really want some American Deli. And you know that you could probably sneak it in there. But you're saying that there's a legal way to also bring in outside food. Popeyes, Domino's.
No, that's illegal as well. Girl, I wasn't saying that was legal. That was illegal too.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, they smuggle all that stuff in. All that stuff is getting smuggled.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Also, another crazy story coming out of Metro Atlanta. A funeral director apparently rushed into a burning building to save the remains inside. And I have many questions about this story.
So look, a major fire broke out Sunday afternoon at the Cook Brothers Funeral Directors and Cremations. The building is located, it's in Fairburn. All right. All human remains inside the facility were successfully evacuated and moved to secure secondary location.
Yes.
The cause of the fire is still under the investigation. Now, if I was a family, now hear me, ride with me. I
don't know where this is going.
If I was a family member and I was about to pay for cremation and this happened and I haven't paid yet, I would say, why didn't you leave him?
Leave him in there.
Why didn't you leave
Don't go
him
get him
in the building? That would have saved me so much money.
That is probably why he ran in. You ain't about to get this for free.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
It's crazy to think about.
That's so wild.
That's what they said. The pastor Tamarcus Cook, who was also the owner, ran into the burning building to get the remains out. And he did it against the advice of the first responders who literally tell you don't ever run into a burning building for any reason. You know what I mean? But yeah, 5 people's remains were inside the building at the time, and all 5 were removed before any damage occurred. So he was successful.
I think that's heroic, though.
What?
No, that's heroic. The fact that he actually loved his profession so much that he went in there and saved I think he values like the body, not life. He values what this life existence is, because he almost died. He could have died doing something.
He would have been right there with them.
Yeah, exactly.
He'd have been right there with them.
Right,
You know what I'm
exactly.
I think it depends, because you make a really good point. I think it depends on what the families actually wanted. Because if I really wanted to bury my loved one and I didn't want them to go down like that, then I would be thrilled that he ran it. You know what I mean? Like, thank you for like giving him a dignified death or hurting a death, whatever. But if I did want to cremate them, it'd be like, dang.
All jokes aside, that is a good thing that you did to go in there and get, because we don't know that somebody probably did want to bury one of their loved ones, but for the people that didn't, you're gonna have to be paying. You have to be paying.
I thought y'all was just like joking. Y'all understand why he grabbed it. I mean, if the whole entire thing is burning down, how you gonna find the ashes? Whose ashes you gonna find?
That's the point.
How can you even determine what ashes
you do
is
this?
whose?
Look, you do this right here.
Oh my god!
I was joking. This is crazy.
I thought y'all was joking. I was gonna let it ride. I think Dale is serious.
No, man, I'm joking.
No, you wouldn't want like rubble in your family's loved one.
I mean, let's be honest. We really don't know what happens when they do them cremations. We don't know how much of it is the buy-in and how much is it just dust. We don't know.
You just talking.
You don't know.
How you just talking?
No, let's be real. You don't know what happens. You don't know what happens. We don't.
Okay, objectively speaking, you don't know what happens.
Exactly.
But like at the same time, no way do they just give you a...
Hey, they might just or they could give you a whole nother person.
And you can't really tell the
difference. And you can't tell the difference? What you gonna do? Oh, that smells like, that smells like her. Let me put that over here. No, dog. You don't know.
This is terrible.
I'm just being real, though. I'm being real. So for them to cremate them and then the whole place burns down and you're trying to find the ashes of who you cremated.
Yeah, cremation's a little. I recently had an uncle cremated, and the idea, it really is. You know, you feel it's you. I mean, it's very jarring to be handed a box of your loved one,
of a person,
and I never even thought about the idea that what if it just wasn't
that's not him?
They could just do whatever they want. I mean, that's just so trippy to think about.
It's morbid, but.
Real quick fact before we let it go, because I don't want to be spreading misinformation. It says crematoriums ensure correct identification through a strict multi-step process using unique ID numbers and metal tags or bracelets, often combined with visual checks and paperwork verifying at every stage. So they just it's a real tight schedule.
I got you. I hear no. I hear you. But mistakes happen, okay? Mistakes happen. You can't tell me if I bought the same urn that you bought and then we both got our urns together and I come in to pick up my urn and then they say, oh, here you go, Mr. Smith. And they hand me your urn. Same looking urn, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Same looking urn.
I guess.
Y'all don't be hearing me on this show. And I'm a little upset that y'all don't be following me.
Okay. I technically understand what you're saying, I guess. Okay. Moving on. 2 people got arrested in Coweta County for performing illegal makeshift surgeries on cats. We could just start and stop the story right there, to be honest. Because what do you mean?
Yeah, this girl named Sarah Benefield and Cameron Goyard. I can't even read.
Gerard.
Yeah.
One of them.
The case involves them, and the case involves accusations of animal cruelty. Dang.
Cruelty.
Yeah.
It's all right, brother. It's all right.
Yeah.
It's all right, brother. We
What
got
in the world?
Yellow leather.
All right. Sound it out.
Animal cruelty and the
He's done. I got the music. Oh my God.
Go ahead, Lana. Go ahead.
Yeah. One of us has got to write this ship. My gosh. Okay. Yes. We're talking about animal cruelty.
Oh, wait a minute.
All right.
Million,
All right.
your turn.
All right. So, Animal cruelty. I don't even know where we at. 2 women in Coweta County, Georgia. Is that the South? Is that the North?
Coweta's north.
Okay.
Or west.
Were arrested for allegedly performing illegal. All
right.
You know what? You got it, Lana. You got
Listen,
My
man,
God,
it was
guys.
Illegal.
two women were illegally performing surgeries on cats, man. They weren't veterinarians at all, and they were doing this inside of their house, by the way. They were doing this inside the crib. So
Deputies say that the women neutered 2 male cats inside of a makeshift surgical setting at a house in Noonan where one of them allegedly lives. And so the procedures were allegedly done inside the house without proper anesthesia for these cats and without legal authorization or veterinary licenses. So they were just performing this on these cats. And the cats needed, of course, emergency treatment after this, after it was all found out by actual licensed veterinarians. They have since fully recovered, so that's great. They're not expected to suffer any permanent injuries, and that's great. But that is a wild thing to think that you're about to do. Oh, we could probably just do this at home.
yeah, how did they even come up with this idea though? That's the wildest part. Like,
How did they hold down the cat?
yeah, oh,
Without anesthesia?
without anesthesia.
Because cats don't even get in bathwater, let
Yeah.
alone let you nip their nips off.
yeah, true. Yeah.
Neutered, friends.
Who was the one? Like, how did they get this business out though? That's I think my whole thing is how did they get the business out? I got a lot of questions. How did they get the business out? Who was the person that agreed to come over to their crib and say, "Here's my cat"? Like, did they have a sign up at the door? None of this is in here, and I have so many questions because this girl got a neck tattoo on her throat. I would never let her touch my animal.
So one of the suspects, according to investigators, was a current employee of a mobile vet clinic. The
Okay.
other was a former employee. So apparently they have, some kind of history with being around veterinary work. And the arrest reports say that the cats also received vaccinations signed off under the clinic's supervising vet. But that vet said, we don't know what you're talking about. So there's a lot going on with this story. It's just the most random thing I've seen in probably a very long time.
Well, it's Coweta County, so
What y'all, what's got going on?
It's like north. It's like 85. South, yeah. It's like 85 south. It's like
Noonan.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Noonan area.
It's like
Yeah.
85 south.
Backwoodsy for sure. Backwoodsy.
Oh,
for
no,
sure.
this is backwoodsy like a mother.
I knew some people from Noonan. They're good people.
Were they this?
They weren't this.
Oh, okay.
They weren't doing all this.
Because this is different. This is different. This is different. Hey, bro, I done seen some things in my days, like some scams and some makeshift stuff. But this is crazy. I ain't never seen nobody like emulate a veterinary. Y'all remember that one dude? Okay, this is about to take y'all down a little rabbit hole.
Okay.
Y'all remember the black kid that was like pretending to be a doctor?
Yeah.
This was years ago.
No.
You remember the black kid that
No.
was pretending to be a doctor?
Yeah.
He was a kid. He was like
He was a
18.
black kid. Yeah.
He was like 18 and he was pretending to be a doctor.
What about him?
Yo,
Wait,
I'm gonna pull him up. Hold on.
I don't know.
I'm almost there.
I
and
don't
he was
know.
actually performing like what, surgeries or
Bruh.
like doctor's visits?
Doctor's
Health
visits.
checkups?
Yes.
His name was Dr. Webb.
Dr. Webb.
He was like 25 years old and he was conducting he was impersonating doctors. Yeah.
This is a big fight. That's a big that's wild. Like, you can't just impersonate. Like, bro, you're doing real surgeries and stuff. Like, you can't. That's not something you can just do.
Well,
That's like the
yes.
person that be doing fake teeth here in Atlanta. He got in trouble though.
Oh dang.
Yeah. People
That
just,
does happen.
First of all,
in
y'all got to
Atlanta.
be the dumbest people to keep going to these people. Like, people that do the braces at home and people that being a veterinarian at a house. Like, bro, what?
At the same time, some of these prices are so crazy high. This is bound to show up. People saying, I can just do it at the crib. You know what I mean? Not that it's good. I've actually shown up.
Wait, you went to one of these?
No,
Oh.
I've shown up to what I thought was an establishment to get a wax that was literally somebody's house.
Nah, gang.
And I was like, you have to put that on the website. You can't just have people showing up to an apartment complex and think they're gonna have.
Where'd you find them at? On like TikTok?
It was by a friend's recommendation. They hadn't been there yet. They just said, "Oh, my friend, like she used to work for like a reputable waxer. She has her own thing now.
Okay.
You should go." And I've been to a couple places, kind of like similar in situations. I'm not saying like people are not allowed to have their own setup, however they want to be, but you should be upfront about it.
Yeah, my jump was at my house. Yeah. I got that's-
Facials, I've had facials same way. People just have it right in the apartment. They're not supposed to because it's a business.
Yeah, it is.
But it's like they just do whatever they want here in Atlanta.
Got to make it happen.
Nah, I mean
Hustle.
It's hustling, man. But you messing up people's bodies, dog. Well, this is messing up somebody's cat. If my cat came home and you tried to neuter him and he wasn't neutered, or my cat was like messed up for life after that. Oh, well, I'm not even a cat person, so I mean, to be honest, but you know.
Well, Calvin and Klein, the cats, they're fine.
Calvin and Klein.
And that rhymed. See what I did there?
We saw.
Okay. Wireless days at school. There's a middle school in Coweta County that started Wireless Wednesdays. And that is where they are going back to the basics. No Chromebooks. The teachers don't use their smart boards. And we're just doing it like we used to do it back in the day.
Yeah. What do you mean? Yeah, y'all
I like that.
Y'all had computers in school and stuff like that, bro.
Early on, we didn't have that though.
What you mean early on?
Like elementary school, we didn't have it.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
elementary
bad.
school, we was lit.
Oh, my bad.
I remember having some of the best times without technology in elementary school.
Hey, guess what? We didn't have technology, elementary, middle, and high. Nothing, brother. Bruh, none of that. There was none of that there. We had to go outside. PE was cool. Bruh, I didn't know what getting on a laptop was until like I maybe got to college for real.
Y'all was playing with,
Like I had a laptop when I was in high school, but I didn't bring it to school, and I barely got on it at the house.
It was the one where they would like assign you a laptop sometimes. Do you ever have a class where like back in the day, like they had so many laptops for the classes?
I told y'all my GPA was 2.5. You think they assigned me a laptop?
that was maybe for the AP students.
Yeah, that wasn't for me. I ain't getting signed no laptop, girl. No, not at all. Yeah, we didn't have this. I think this is a great idea. I think they need to get back to AR reading. You know what AR reading is?
What is AR reading?
Accelerated reading. Is where you got to read a book, right? And after you finish the book, you got to get on that computer. You got to take a test to see how much you comprehended about that book. And if you don't pass, you don't pass that grade.
Get on the computer. You
That's
hear the
what
fallacy,
I did.
right?
I
You hear
did.
the
He
fallacy.
said
Uh-uh.
immediately after, get on the computer.
It wasn't no laptop. It wasn't our computer. We had to go to the library, get up out the class, walk down the hall, get in front of a big old computer, sit there, get back up, walk back down the hall. Yeah, brother. Yeah.
You did not have a big old computer.
Yes, we did, bro.
One big old computer.
Bro, I was born. I'm from.
There were,
Yes.
like a couple of, and there were computer labs
Yeah,
where
dog.
it'd be just, a bunch of computers where,
Yeah, a whole computer
class
lab.
should fit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's great because these kids are clearly,
Thank you.
like they're just lost at this point. And I do blame the pandemic because I think people moved on who were adults and just kind of thought, oh, that was a weird couple of years. But for those kids who really grew up in that, like they legit did not learn how to socialize.
Nah.
And they learned how to be on screen and how to talk to people on screen. So there's legitimately a whole segment of our population who really doesn't know how to talk to humans.
Yeah.
They literally only know how to talk in chat rooms and with ChatGPT. Like that feels more normal based on how they were raised, which is crazy when you think about it.
Yeah, I agree.
I hope they have more outside time with this, though. I hope that they're able
Yeah.
to go outside more and not just keep them in there and just give them like worksheets and tell them to work on some paper because you can't be on the laptop. Like that's boring. The issue with kids nowadays is that they're too bored.
Correct.
There's not enough hands-on things that they can be interacting with. That's why they're going through all these different things. They have to stimulate their mind constantly. That's what social media does. That's what the internet does. Yeah, I love this. This
And
is genius.
These video games have also figured it out
Yeah,
where they just
100%.
know how to keep them on for endless periods of time.
100%.
It's all brain rot. And I feel like such an old fuddy-duddy, just like adults saying this stuff because that's what the adults used to say about us. We're just playing video games and it's like, you guys just don't get it. But now it's like, as an adult, you're like, oh, you really are like ruining your young life. Because when you think about how smart kids are, you know how you have like babies, like 1-2-year-olds learning Spanish and English or Korean and English or whatever language in English at the same time because their brains are so just like spongy at that point. They soak up you could really make a super baby. At the time that we're goo-goo gagaing them and treating them like they're just like idiots, they probably have more capacity to learn, in my humble opinion. I'm not a doctor, but they probably have more capacity to learn than most adults just based on what they're able to like soak in at the time. While we're giving them Roblox or giving them whatever video game to stop bothering me, they could be like a chef or like a soccer player or like literally anything at that age.
Yeah, I think this is a great idea. I think I really think this is a great idea. I think we need to go back to textbooks. Ain't enough.
Do they not do textbooks?
Again.
Ain't enough let me finish. Ain't enough textbooks out there. I need for somebody. I need for y'all to feel the pain of having your book bag way all the way back like this. I need for y'all to feel that. You don't understand that.
Wait,
You don't
are there not
I don't
textbooks?
think they got any textbooks no more. Everything is on the computer.
I'm just saying, bro. That's the thing that still messed y'all up. It messed y'all up somehow.
Wait, that's
some
real?
way.
No, it didn't mess
What?
me
You
up.
didn't have textbooks?
I'm a great.
I mean, we had laptops and iPads at points in times, but we did have like maybe one textbook.
One
throughout
textbook. Lana, we had a book bag. You can hit somebody in the face with that book bag and knock them out.
You could topple over.
Yeah, bro.
Book
That's how
bag.
many textbooks we had, bro.
But what I'm saying is, regardless, that wasn't gonna fix it. Putting them in front of textbooks isn't gonna fix it. Kids are bored with the learning system. You put them in front of a laptop, they're still bored with the laptop.
Yeah.
I feel you.
You
It's
know,
a separate issue for sure.
Yeah.
I
I
hear
feel
what
you.
you're saying.
I feel you.
That's why these kids are soft.
Yeah, because they ain't never had to carry no books.
I knew they were soft when they took the wood chips out of playgrounds.
Oh my god.
You know what I mean? They put that soft turf.
rubbery stuff. Yeah, we
There
don't want
were
you to
like
hurt your
stakes.
knees.
Exactly. Stakes to all the swing set activity.
yo.
You know, you could literally end up scarred and bleeding based off. Did you have, you
that
just had
sounds
the
so
turf.
fun.
Yeah, it does.
Get scarred and
It
bleeding.
sounds fun. It just builds character.
Builds character.
It builds character.
So
You go
you
to-
had the turf.
Okay. Yeah, sometimes I did have the turf. Okay. All right, cool.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Went to school looking so snappy, and then you come home looking like Braveheart. Like, look like you just got in a fight, bruh.
Crazy. bro.
Oh man, well that does it for us, and we don't have a secret half show. I was supposed to say we got an Atlanta
yeah,
option next, so you know, my bad. But this really actually is the end of the show, so we are really happy that you were with us for our very first live episode. Let's go, guys! You did a wonderful job. I'm so proud.
Well,
of you.
thank you.
you
Thank
did
you,
good
Lana.
too.
You did
Yeah,
amazing
thank
too.
you, thank
did
you.
amazing.
I appreciate it.
Very funny. Very funny.
Yeah,
Very
okay.
funny. Very funny. Both of y'all, both of y'all.
Yeah.
So again, we are going to be live every day, weekdays at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. We have a national hour first, Atlanta hour second, and we hope that you can join us for this ride. We will see you tomorrow.
Peace. Yeah.